first place I wanted to start actually today was Manchester United. Obviously, we, picked up a beautiful trophy on Saturday. Very, very happy with that indeed. Already feels like it was a million years ago, though. It's like so much has happened in the footballing world since. We'll get onto the manager a little bit later because there's some more sort of whispers today. But an interesting transfer story relating to Man United that states that we are confident in landing both Michael Olise and Branthwaite from Everton this summer. And I first of all wanted to get your boys' opinions on the quality of those two signings if Man United were to bring them in.
I think both are fantastic signings. I think here's the thing: Man United need to sign a bit more experience from the Premier League that will help take them to an elevated level of just consistent performances week in, week out, instead of the scattergun approach. I mean, I saw the 5 laws that Jim Ratcliffe spoke about. I like them, to be honest with you, even though it looks like a list that us 3 could have came up with. I like them, to be honest with you.
That's the Sun newspaper. They water everything down because most people, generally speaking, people that are avid readers of the Sun are a little bit slower than everybody else. Do you know what I mean? So
fair. That's why I don't read that newspaper. But I saw the watered down list, and here's the thing. Like, I like the direction that Man United are headed in. The reality is we have to be honest. We cannot sit up here and just lie because Man United are a rival club. The fact that they do have Dan Ashford, the fact that they have Wilcox, the fact that they have Omar Barada, the structure above the manager, whoever he is, and above the players, whoever they are, is now fixed. Now you have to look at the direction that Man United need to head in. Man United need to have consistent performances. Man United need to have consistent, sustainable performances as well. And at the same time, play a specific style that the fans can relate to, that the fans of Man United basically grew up watching with Alex Ferguson. Now, the truth is, what Alex Ferguson done over a 30-year period, obviously he didn't, quote-unquote, have a sporting director, but that's for different reasons. Because what Alex Ferguson done is he usually signed the best talent from the league itself. So it's like, every time there was like a Rio Ferdinand opportunity, he took it. Every time there was a Roy Keane opportunity, he took it. There was a Wayne Rooney opportunity, he took it. When there was an opportunity for like the next big thing or someone from the league, he took it. When you look at that right-hand side for Man United, I'll talk about both signings quickly. When you look at the right-hand side for Man United, there's been a consistent inconsistency of right-wingers at Man United over the last 3-4 years. Regardless who it is, there's no need to mention names. Whether it be Anthony, whether it be Dan James, whether it be even Sancho playing there a little bit, Rashford playing there a little bit, no one has really took that right-hand side and made it his own, if you would like, and had consistent performances. That's why Olise would be actually an incredible signing, because Olise, I would take him at Liverpool, by the way. He's an incredible signing. He's been very consistent. The one negative, because there's positives and negatives to every signing, the one negative about Olise, just slight negative, is literally only his injury record. Other than that, fantastic footballer, very creative, very good finishing as well. People underestimate Olise's finishing. It's very good. And when it comes to Branthwaite, I'll let Mo speak his opinion, because I think me and him disagree on that one. But I think, Branthwaite would be an incredible signing, because Branthwaite is actually very good on the ball. That's what separates him from other signings from lower league clubs. Now, if Man United went to Everton and signed Tarkowski because Everton have a good defensive record, that would be stupid. But because Branthwaite possesses the qualities of keeping the football, passing the ball well, he's a good ball-playing centre-half, I think that helps Man United's situation, because we can see the Man United play completely differently with Lisandro and without him. That's why Branthwaite would be an amazing signing this summer for them. So I think both of them are steps in the right direction, 100%.
Yeah. Michael Olise is a fantastic signing. I just don't think he goes to Man United at the current moment. And we're going to speak about the managerial stuff. And I think the problem with Man United now is that at the current moment, this is why the fans send letter and the fan base are divided. I think as much as you guys like to praise the board and all the stuff, I spoke about this yesterday. I don't know why the options are only keeping Ten Hag or Graham Potter or Southgate. Why there are no other options? I'm not talking about tier one. I'm talking about there are other guys. Now you're talking about the manager that you're linked to. Now we're talking. Michael Olise will go only to Man United if there is an attractive project. And an attractive project is not by Omar Barada, by the way. It's not by at least getting a competent manager that Michael Olise would like to work with, would like to learn from. This is it. It depends on who you get. For the defender from Everton, Braithwaite, in my opinion, I don't like big clubs that like to play position to sign defenders from teams that like Everton that is coached under Van Dijk. Harry Maguire, for example, under what's his name, Brendan Rodgers, looked great, but they actually had 45% average ball position, and when he came to Man United, he didn't look all right. My problem with that is that Everton don't play position-based football. Man United want to play position-based football, progressive. You need to sign a defender that plays for a team that plays that style of play. He looks all right, right? But Everton defend deep, they defend in bulks and all this stuff. And I give the example of Fabio Cannavaro when he went to Real Madrid, completely got exposed. After winning the Ballon d'Or, by the way, completely got exposed. Why? Because La Liga was so different. Playing for Man United, defending in spaces, right? When everybody's pushing high, it's completely different than playing for Everton. I think the hype around the kid and everything that is around him, this is what attracts Man United. But I think Man United need to go somewhere else. He might prove me wrong.
But I get your sorry.
This
Go on.
it's a risk, right? That I would not like my club to take. I would like if my club is going to sign a player and my club play progressive football, I like my club to not take that risk and put all the eggs of a new defender in that basket. He might turn out to be amazing. But as of now, we see no signs of him playing in a team that have position that dominate the ball. If you go and sign a defender from Brighton, that's the go ahead.
Okay, so my challenge, I get your point, holds water. My challenge is he spent a season playing progressive possession-based football at PSV.
So why don't you go for someone in the Premier League that played? Yeah, I didn't know that.
So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I looked at that earlier on today. So I get your point, but he played. Everybody saw what he could do at PSV. His ability on the ball was very good. Now, that's the Eredivisie. We know the Premier League is a harder league to play in, but we've also seen players come through Everton before, like John Stones, who have gone on to be one of the best ball progressing with defenders probably in Premier League history. So I do get your point, and I understand where it comes from. But when you look at Branthwaite, you can see his ability on the ball. He's still only 21 years of age, and he needs to develop him. My biggest issue with him is I don't want to pay 80 million pounds. I think 80 million pounds is too much.
Excessive, huh?
But the report that's come out today saying that we're confident about both also alludes to us getting him for around 40 to 45 million. Now, Everton fans and rivals of United will say no chance, you'll definitely overpay. I would love one of our first signings to be someone of his ability and potential, but equally for a price much lower than people expect us to pay. Because it would be just a little sign of things changing at the club, if that makes sense. But I would like both of them. The jury's out for me on Branthwaite in terms of the one thing where I agree with Mo is that whenever you sign someone at a club that doesn't do as much one-on-one defending as the big clubs defenders have to do, because of typically how we play against most teams is you're left exposed a lot, because we haven't seen him do that regularly in the Premier League. That's where the question marks hang over him. But that's why I look at him as a 40 to 50 million pound signing, not an 80 and 90 million pound signing.
He's not coming to be your starting right away unless he proves all of us wrong.
No, he's coming to start. Of course he is.
That's my point there. You're putting. That's what Hussam is saying. You're putting your eggs in that basket.
Yeah, but we're not though. So there's a difference between signing a young and up and coming player to start for you for 40 million pound and breaking the record fee for a centre back again. Breaking that record fee for a centre back, I think you do that when you are absolutely sure that person is ready in the here and now. I'm not naive to the fact that when you sign a 21-year-old defender, there's going to be ups and downs still. He's still going to have inconsistencies because he's a young player, but you're buying the potential. So I sort of think the price we get him for is going to dictate. And I think he will start a lot of games. Depends on who else we sign and who else stays. Lissandro Martinez will be here next season, no matter what, as an example. Maguire is asking to stay for another year at the very least because he doesn't want to go. And if Maguire ends up staying, as an example, that could be an interesting situation where, maybe Branthwaite is used, not sparingly, but is used kind of in and out the team in our Europa League games and is given a little bit of an opportunity to not be thrown in straight away. But he might go to Man United, do a pre-season with whoever is our new manager, and just click into gear. Look at Saliba, similar age, and one of the best centre-backs in the world on performances in the last 2 years. So, yeah, I'm excited about the potential of that deal. And Olise, another one. I don't want to get my hopes up about that young man because there's so many other clubs looking at him and everything else.